Hello and welcome back to Technical Potpourri. In my last video, I've already covered a basic scenario of calling an Apex method from a Salesforce Flow. If you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend that you please go and check that out. I'll put the link in the description as well as in the pinned comment. It covers a foundational concept to get you started. So it's highly recommend that you please go and watch it out. So in today's video, I'm going to cover a more complex use case that handles custom input and custom output while calling Apex method from Salesforce Flow. So without any further delay, let's jump to a Salesforce org and see this in action. So in today's video, I'm going to build a flow and it's going to be a screen flow where I'll be selecting a list of cases and a list of contacts and then pass that information to Apex method. And what the Apex method will do, it will return me two arrays or two lists. The first list will contain the selected cases description and the second list will contain the selected contact's name. In the previous video, I was handling with only one type of records. But here, since I'll be passing two different type of records, so in the input method of my invocable method, I need to do something special. So that's what I'm going to show you in today's video. So let's open the Apex method first, and then using the Apex method, I'll build the Salesforce flow. So if you have seen my previous video, this is the Apex method that I have written in the previous video, where in the invocable method, I was passing a list of IDs. Now, in this scenario where I need to pass a list of cases as well as a list of contact, one list cannot handle both the variables, right? Both the records. So for that, I need to create my own input type. So that's what I'm going to do in this modified version of the Apex class. So this is the Apex class, but the important thing, let's start from here. So I need to create my own input variables and I need to create my own output variables. So this is the inner class where this class is basically handling my input variables and this is my output variables. What my input variable will contain? It will contain a list of cases and a list of contacts. And what my output variable will contain? The output variable will contain whatever case that I'll pass, the list containing those cases description, and another list, whatever contacts I'll pass, a list containing those contacts name. So this is my first input variable. Inside that I have a list of cases and a list of contacts, and this is my output variable where I have a list of case descriptions and a list of contacts name. Important thing here is that since this will be passed as an input and output variable to invocable method, I need to annotate them with the annotation called invocable variable. They are all in invocable variable. With this one done, I can use that inside my invocable method. And this is my invocable method, fetch case and account contact details. And again, it's a static method. In the previous one, it was list ID, but this time, instead of ID, I'm using this as my input type. So I'm going to pass a list of input variables where each input variable will contain a list of cases and list of contacts. So that's I'm going to pass here. With this one passed, what I'm doing is basically I'm doing multiple operation. I'm going through all the cases and finding out the case description and put that inside a list variable, all case descriptions. Similarly, I'm looping through all the contacts and fetching the contact's name and store them inside a list called all contacts. Finally, this all case description and all contacts, I'm storing them inside my output variable. Output variable is none other than this instance of this output variable class. This output dot all case description, I'm storing the value of all case description here, and also similar all contacts. Finally, put this in the output variable. Output is basically a list of output variables and passing that to my calling Salesforce flow. So this is the actual implementation of my Apex class. So with that, let's go back and start building the flow. So here I am in my Salesforce org. So let's go to my setup. In the quick find, let's type flow and let's click on new flow, and it's going to be a screen flow. So the first thing that I'll do, I will fetch cases. So get cases, case, and let's not all cases, let's select 5 cases. And let's make sure description field is null, is not null. Perfect. With that, let's put one more get records, and this time get contacts. And let's not put any condition here, but not all. Let's put and let's select 5 contacts. With that, let's bring our first screen element. Let's give this a name as screen 1. First is a data table that I'm going to put here, and what this data table will do, it will display all the cases, all cases. Okay, here source collection, I'm going to pass cases from get cases. Now, this is a data table which is a very powerful tool in Salesforce Flow. If you haven't checked this data table, and if you don't know how to use this data table, I have a dedicated video where I have covered what you can do with this data table. I'll put the link in the description as well as on the top right corner. You can definitely go and watch that out if you need. So coming back to the flow, this data table will display all the cases which I have fetched in the get cases element component. And then we can select multiple rows. Here in the column, let's put case number as one column, and let's put another column as description. I think that is more than enough. Let's put one more data table here, and this data table is going to be all contacts. Here in the same thing, it will be contacts from get contacts and multiple rows. In the column, let's put name, like the full name, and what else we want to put. Let's put email just in case if we need. Okay, I think 2 is more than enough. Let's do that, and this time I'm going to call the action. And in the action, what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to fetch case and contact details as a label. I'll copy this label, and with this label I'll search here, and that's my invocable method. I'll put the label here. Now you can see here all cases and all contacts. It's an input variable. And now here what I can do is that I can screen 1 all cases and all the selected rows. So inside screen 1, which is basically this one, I have a data table called all cases, and from this data table all the selected rows I want to pass here. Similar way in the all contacts, what I'm doing is that from the screen 1 I have a data table called all contacts, and from here all the selected rows I want to pass here. So I'm passing all the selected cases and all the selected contacts, which is basically here. All the selected cases and all the selected contacts, and this is the input variable which is coming here inside my invocable method. Now the invocable method is going to pass the case description, a list containing the case descriptions and a list containing the contact names, and I'm going to show them in the next screen. So for that, let's bring another screen, and let's give this a name of screen 2, and here let's display text. The first display text, let's give it a name as case descriptions, and how it can do, it will be this is action, output from fetch case, this is my action, here all case descriptions. That's going to come here. Let's put one more display here, which is basically the contact names, and here also output and then all contact name. Save. Let's give this flow a name as fetch selected case and contact details. Save. Click on activate. Now let's go back to our home section and let's edit the home page. And at the very top here, I can bring the flow. So from here, from the component, select flow, bring it here, and here let's delete that and put fetch selected case and contact details. This is the name of the flow we just selected, and click on save, and then back. Some problem happened. So when I opened the debug log, I saw there is a problem happened here where is basically is deleted where description equals to null. That I believe description cannot be filtered in a query call. So basically here where I have used description is null equals to false, this cannot be done. So I cannot use that. So let's change that and now save as a new version. Activate. And now let's come here and refresh this page. It's coming here. So now I have 5 cases here, out of which 2 cases I have some description. So select 2 of them. And here let's select Shane Warne and Jason Jones and test another one. And so I've selected 2 cases. I've selected 3 contacts. So now if I click on next, these 2 cases will be passed to the Apex method and also these 3 contacts. If I click on next, I'm getting another error. I believe there is some variable which is not supported. So what I can do here is that while in the case record of storing all the fields, let's choose the field that I am interested. So I'm interested on ID and the description. Similar way in the contacts, let's store the field which is ID and the name. That's all I need, I believe. Let's see my Apex method again. I'm dealing with names, so it should be good. So let's click on save as a new version and then activate. Let's go back and refresh the page again. Let's select these 2 cases and let's select Shane Warne test and these 2. So 2 cases and 3 contacts. Let's click on next. It worked. So this time, this is the description of the first case. This is the description of the second case. This is the first contact, this is the second contact, and this is the third contact. So this is the way how you can create your own input variable and output variable and handle more complex scenarios. I hope this video is helpful, and I hope these 2 series videos will give you enough information on how you can handle or how you can write your Apex method so that you can call that from your Salesforce Flow. So if you like this video, please hit the like icon, please share this with your friends, with your colleagues so that they came to know about this powerful feature from Salesforce. And finally, please subscribe to my channel so that anytime I publish a video in future, you will be the first person to be notified. Till then, thank you, bye bye, and stay safe.